Hi guys, it's Tara Krieg for this week's Wisdom Wednesday. So the Feds are starting a 2-day meeting that will result in a press conference tomorrow at 2 o'clock, letting us know what their decision is in terms of a rate hike. Now we fully expect a 0.75% rate hike, just based on the inflation numbers that came out in the last 30 days, and even potentially another rate hike at the following Fed meeting. What does that mean to you? Well, for clients who are considering home equity lines of credit, we're definitely having the conversation with them about what makes sense in terms of a fixed rate home equity loan versus a home equity line of credit. And then the consumers look at the Feds talking about raising the interest rates as if that's going to have a direct impact on long-term interest rates. And so I have buyers that are out shopping and they're calling because they're hearing in the news that the Feds are going to raise the rates again. And I'm having to explain to them that that's not directly related to how that's going to impact long-term interest rates. So we actually had seen interest rates tick down a little bit, which was nice. We were in the high to mid fives. And then today, with the news of the Fed meeting and some other economic data that came out, rates actually, have gotten a little bit worse. We saw a reprice for the worse about mid-morning. And so locking, those individuals that are in a position to lock in right now and just having conversations about what that potentially means to them as the Feds do continue to raise that short-term borrowing window in an effort to get this inflation under control. So a couple things. We're having a tremendous amount of success with our buyers who are using the 2-1 interest rate buy down to be able to purchase a home in today's market. Almost all of my contracts are coming in with concessions, which is amazing. We've had some offers accepted with contingencies, and we also are thinking outside the box. I had a client in my office just today that they were purchasing a new home. We were going to have to get a lease on their current home. And in the end, we just simply did a cash out refinance. They have no mortgage on their existing home. The interest rate wasn't going to be worse than it would have been on the new purchase. And now they can make a cash offer. And we can close that here within just a couple short weeks. So if you know somebody who needs some strategic mortgage planning, that's what we do best here at the TK team. And I'm always happy to help with that. Look for additional tools and resources that are coming out as it relates to these interest rate buy downs and how to best articulate that to the marketplace. If you're a listing agent, I've seen a couple different things come through on Facebook and just within my own personal sphere of how lenders are communicating interest rate buy downs. And then on the buyer side, guys, it's just a huge help to overcome some of those buyer hesitations about entering the housing market right now when they can see the opportunity to lock in a rate in the 5s that results in a payment based on the 3s for the next year and then in the 4s for the following year. So if you guys have buyers that are a little bit reluctant, but they haven't had the conversation about what that potentially means to them if they could take advantage of an interest rate buy down that's paid for by the seller, definitely be sure to get them over to us and I'd be happy to further explain that. We have a Lunch and Learn coming up this week. If you are not registered for that, I think we have a couple spots left. It is tomorrow. So we'll get this out first thing in the morning so that you have an opportunity to RSVP if there's any spots open, but it's going to be with Premier Title and we're going to be talking about what agents are doing to pivot and adapt to our current market conditions. And then last but not least, I want to talk to you guys about Open Door. So Open Door has a ton of active listings in our marketplace. The Cromford Report on the 25th posted a chart which was staggering that showed their active listings and homes under contract for the last 2 years, almost neck and neck. And then since March, it's gone like this. So there's over 1,600 active listings with Open Door and only 143 of them are under contract. And so we're starting to see some pretty significant price reductions. So if you're going to be listing a home in a community that has an Open Door listing that's active, that hasn't seen that steep price reduction, you're going to want to pay close attention to that because that could certainly impact comps for you and your listing and buyers that are looking at those homes. If you guys have any questions or concerns, we want to continue to be a resource to you. Otherwise, hope you're having an amazing week and we'll see you next Wednesday.